Oh, bonito. Thank you so much. So everyone, do you know bonito? Can you repeat after me? Bonito?
Bonito.
Again? More energy, please. Oh, thank you so much. So Sonia, what about pretty in Portuguese?
Well, pretty means bonita.
Oh, bonita. So that's perfect. So we have bonito here and bonita, bonito, and let me find someone else. Okay. Today I feel you. I can see you exceptionally bonita. Thank you for being here today.
Oh, Anthony, please. First of all, can you please stop obsessing about yourself? And second, just knowing one word is not going to impress any girls. You need to be funny too.
Yes, if you want to be funny, you better listen to the keynote workshop, which means make it funny.
Wow, that's good. So from a world champion, that's really good. I'm so going to learn a lot about being funny then.
Oh, Anthony, trust me, your being here is funny enough.
Oh my gosh, it's just in money. I can't.
Hey, fellas, shh, we need to be quiet now.
Yes, yes. We want all to have a great time today, so please turn off your cell phone or put it in silent mode. And if you would like to make or receive a call, please step outside into a hall.
And no photos or videos also. Thank you.
Okay, without further ado, we want to invite.
We want to invite our keynote workshop speaker, our 2015 Toastmasters World Champion of Public Speaking, Mohammed Qahtani.
Mr. Qahtani, please.
Let's welcome.
Test, can you hear me? Yeah. In the back. Can you hear me in the back? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. All you bonitos and bonitas, how you doing today? Okay. How important is humor when you speak? Why? Okay, makes people love you and be happy. See, here's the thing. Some people might have a very, very beautiful message, a very great message, but your audience might get bored too quickly. And in order for you not to get your audience bored, you might want to just, every now and then, just hit them with a joke. Hit them with humor. And that's how you can engage. So basically, it's a tool. It's a weapon that you can use just to keep the audience engaged so you can actually inflict that message that you want. So today we're talking about how to make it funny. As I said, you're easing your audience because it's very easy for an audience to get bored. Especially like this morning, you wake up after a very wild night and you're sitting on your chair and it's easy for you to look. So, in order for you to grab the audience attention, you can use it either stories or jokes, humor. And that's why it's important to use the audience, to keep them engaged, and to entertain with a message. And everyone loves to laugh. Who doesn't want to laugh? We all do. What's the difference between a humorous speech and stand-up comedy? Anybody?
It has a structure and a story.
What is that?
It has a structure and a story.
Okay, structure and story. Anybody else?
Humorous speech is the magic.
The magic?
It has a theme. Somebody forgot to turn off their mobile.
Turn off your phone. Turn off your phone. Okay, a humorous speech is an entire speech about one topic, or that revolves around one topic or one theme. Stand-up comedy is where you throw jokes here and there about different things and different topics, and so it doesn't have a structure. So that's the difference between humorous speech Understand the topic. If you want to do a humorous speech, then stick to one theme, stick to one topic. Now, for a non-humorous speech, if you do, for example, an international speech or a speech for like any of your projects, if you want to keep the audience engaged, entertained, the rule says crack a joke, crack a humorous part of your speech every 1 minute. So if your speech is 5 minutes, put 5 jokes in it. And every minute, crack the joke because you want to get the audience in. Whenever they're losing attention, whatever, crack another one and get them in, and so on. And don't be a clown. What do I mean by don't be a clown? Humor doesn't need you to kind of make a fool out of yourself. I can stand here and then so they whatever. And yes, people will laugh, but people will not take you seriously. And when you're using humor in your speech, you want at the end to give a message. And if you're being too much on the stage, too clownish on the stage, people are not going to take you seriously. And again, never forget what's the message. I've done a lot of humor speeches, and I've done humor speeches with like no message at all. But every time you're on stage, remember that you're here for a reason. You're here to kind of give the people something. So yes, make them laugh, crack the jokes, but at the end, don't forget to give them the message. Now, we're going to do an exercise for this workshop. I need 16 people. Every 4 people get a group into one team. Who are the volunteers? Okay, stand up. Give a hand, everybody. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4. Okay, every 4 people group into one team. Okay. Okay. Do we have 16 people? Okay. Everybody on stage, come on. Because this is starting to become like a chaos. Everybody on stage, please. Hi, how are you? Good morning. Okay, let me see how many I got. 4. Do we have 16? 4. 4. Okay, that's 16. Now, to mix it up, to make it interesting, see, people people love to work with people they know, but they hate to work with people they don't know. So we're gonna make. No. So we are. Can we be sure? Okay, this 4 people, we're gonna take you. Front of the minute. There you go. We're gonna take you. Okay. And we're gonna put you here. We're gonna take you. And we're gonna put you here. We're gonna take you. I'm getting a mess here, okay? We're gonna take you. There you go. Put you here. And we're gonna take you. Okay, I can use myself. We're gonna take you. There you go. Alright, you 4. Come this way. Okay, every 4 people just split into 4. There you go. Now, you're gonna be teams. Your objective on this workshop is you're gonna be seated on. Okay. Every 4 will sit in one place, okay? And we're gonna write a 3-minute humor speech. A 3 minutes humor speech. And then at the end, from each team, I need a person to give that 3-minute humor speech. Okay? So we're gonna try to implement whatever we learned here today. Now, topics. You don't get to choose your topics. The audience get to choose the topics. Okay. Please stand up, please. Okay. Tell me something you hate.
Orange.
Orange. Okay. This speech is gonna be about orange. Okay? Sir. Yes. You. Yes. Tell me something you love.
My wife.
Your wife. This speech is gonna be about your wife. Or your husband. Okay. Who else? Can you stand up, please? Tell me something that annoys you.
Annoying me.
Yeah.
Mohammed.
I'll take that. Okay, your speech is about me, okay? And, man, yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Tell me something you miss.
Yes. Cold weather.
What?
Cold weather.
Cold weather. Okay, so your speech is about, it's gonna be about cold weather. Cold weather, okay? Okay, topics again. Orange. White. Okay. Cold weather. Okay, now everybody try to find a seat for you guys next to each other, okay? Have a seat, everybody. Give them a hand. Now, throughout this workshop, we get okay. A lot of people say, can humor be taught? I'm not really good with jokes, I'm not funny, but can I learn to be funny? And a lot of people think that it has to be something within you. If you're not funny naturally, then you cannot be funny. That's not true. Humor can be taught, and we're going to do this today. Now, topics. Know who you're speaking to. Because different audiences requires different kind of skills. I got invited once to speak at a retirement party. A person who's retired, and they throw a party and they want me to say, just come in and we want to give a humorous speech. Okay, so I stood up in front of the audience, started with my first joke, nobody laughs. Second joke, nobody laughs. I spoke for 5 minutes, that was something left. And I thought to myself, oh my God, you guys suck so bad. But here's the thing, the jokes I write, or I wrote, the jokes I wrote works, with young people. That audience, the youngest person was like 55. Wow. So they didn't even get my jokes. So always remember, who are you speaking to? Take this as advice. Every time you want to go on stage and speak, like whether it's a humorous speech or whatever, every time, before you speak, go to the audience and kind of mingle. Talk to them. Know what they are. Know what is the thing that you're not supposed to talk about. Because every society has some taboos. And if I stand up here and crack some jokes about things that touches some nerves, people are not going to appreciate it. So get to know who you're talking to. And be classy. What do you mean by that? Avoid topics that kind of, how do I say it? Make people can hate you.
No bad news.
See, a lot of people, when they do humorous speeches, they always tend to speak about the wife, the girlfriend. Right? And yes, you could make some jokes about it, but every time you stand here and you crack a joke about your wife, whatever, all the men are laughing, all the women are, yeah. Because you're trying to be cheap in your jokes. You can find humor in whatever you want. Like anything that happens throughout the day. And look at your own life. If you want to look for topics, look at an incident that happened to you. And it could not even be a humorous incident, but look at it and think to yourself, what could happen? I'll give you an example. You come into a conference like this, and the conference started late, and you start to get irritated. And everybody hates a late conference. Then ask yourself, what else could happen? What else could happen? Somebody dies. The keynote speaker doesn't show up. And so on. So gather these incidents, and each one of them could be a topic within your humor speech. As I said, experiment events into a speech. So, now, teams, we're gonna discuss some types of humor. And throughout your 2 to 3 minutes, I want you to try to include as many of these types in your speech. Type of humor that we're going to talk about today is exaggeration, wordplay, rule 3, self-deprecation, bad versus worst. And we're going to go in details about each one. Now, exaggeration is when you take one thing and you blow it out of proportion to a point where it's ridiculous. And that's why it's funny. I'll give you an example. He lives in a town in the south, more than 45 billion miles from anything. So yes, it's a bit of exaggeration. There is no thing that 45 billion or billion miles from anywhere. But the exaggeration itself is kind of funny. He was driving a car so big, I think it has its own zip code. So you exaggerate the size of the car, that it has its own zip code. It's ridiculous, but that's why it's funny. I saw a guy in the gym. He was so in shape that he was lifting the weight with his earlobes. So the exaggeration makes it kind of funny. So, in your topics, teams, look into your topic and think about how can I blow this topic or describe something in my topic so big that it's ridiculous and funny. Okay? I'll give you 1 minute to add some kind of exaggeration into your topic. Alright, thank you, teams. By the way, if anybody would like to help, you can just jump into like anything help. Okay. While the team is thinking, we're going to move into the next type. Wordplay. In wordplay, you take a word that could have more than one meaning, or a word that sounded that could be like another word, and play with it. An example. My brother could not reach the meat at the top of the shelf. He said, the steak is too high. So steak and steak, it sounded the same. Yes, and the shape. I mean, wrong is a shape, right? What you call an alligator in the best? An investigator. So I just see that you can take any word that could have more than one meaning or could sound close to any other word and kind of play with it. And that creates a bit of humor. Teams, in your topic, if you can find a word that you can switch around, do so and include it in your topic. Next, rule of 3. Now, this is the easiest way that you can incorporate humor. If you're not really good at humor, this is the easiest way that you can do it. The rule of 3 says, you name 3 things. The first 2 are normal. The third one is abnormal, or completely opposite. And the way you name the 3 makes it sound funny. I'll give you an example. I had a nice job, a nice car, a nice hair. Now, this line was said by the 2015 third place winner, and he was bald. Yes. And he was bald. So he stood and said, I had a nice car, nice job, nice hair. But because he was old. That's a bit extra. My lovely wife, she was pretty, she was sweet. I think she was a man. So I'm naming 3 things. The first 2 are abnormal, the third one is abnormal. Our wedding included everything we would have. A nice reception, a giant cake, and a drug hunting. So include that in your speech. Name 3 things. The first 2 are normal. The third one is abnormal, and that will create the funny impact. Self-deprecation. It's always safe to make fun of yourself. Do not make fun of other people. I can make fun of myself and be safe, but if you make fun of a group of people, like women, men, or old people, or young people, you will offend someone in the audience. But if you make fun of yourself, nobody gets offended. Example. I was swimming, okay, so this is a line that's given by a friend of mine who's really overweight. So his line is, I was swimming in the ocean and the first time a whale came to me and said, hey cousin, what happened? So he's making fun of his overweight, that a whale is kind of related to him. She looked at me. I rolled down my window and I said, really? This face? Why do you hate yourself? The airport security guard asked me to strip down to my underwear. And I regretted wearing my Spider-Man boxers that day. So, always try to make fun of yourself. Now, bad worse is worse. This is also another technique that's easy to use. And this is when you name something or a situation that's bad, and you get it worse, and you get it even worse than that. That could also work the other way. Name something that's good, and make it better, then make it even better. I'll give you an example. He had a face only a mother could love. If that mother had only one eye, and had that milky thing over the other one, but still he was mad that he was winning. So, he had a face only a mother could love. That's a really bad face. If that mother only had one eye, that's even worse. And had that milky thing over the other one, but still he was mad that he could win. So I'm making fun of myself. Or you can go the other way. I was happier than a kid at Christmas, having his birthday in Disneyland. So the happier you get, so it's like the perfect kind of situation. Physical humor. Now, here's when you, as I said earlier, you have to be careful when you do physical humor, because you do not want to be called or known as a clown. I can dance on stage, whatever, but people will not take you seriously. Physical humor focuses more on facial expression. You can do a lot with your face. I can crack a joke and I'm just sitting there. I can try to be sexy. See, everything is done with your face. So try to focus more on your face than not on your body. And again, don't overact. Now, how do you test your speech is funny? First of all, and this actually applies even to any regular speech. The first rehearsal, the first practice you do it alone in front of the mirror in your house. Because you get to see what people see. If there's something wrong, you can correct it then. Then do it to just one friend. And you don't have to have a stage to do it. You can just have it over coffee. Crack these jokes and see if they work or not. And then test it with different type of audiences. Because everybody laughs from different things. I can write a humorous speech and give it to you guys and you guys love it. I give it to other audience, I get nothing. So test it with different audiences to see if they actually be clear. You know, dirty jokes are easy to make. And yes, you can get, like, even if you do a stand-up comedy, well, you can do a lot of jokes with, like a lot of laughs with dirty jokes, bad words, and cursing. And yes, people laugh, but then you are not suitable, or you are not worthy enough to, like Mr. Dean. Try to be clean. And again, be classy. Avoid topics that will touch other people or like offend other people. I know a lot of people as speakers that try to speak about their other half. Like if I'm a woman, I'm talking about my husband. If I'm a man, I'm talking about my wife. And yes, I think that's a joke to make people laugh, but you will be alienating half the audience. If I'm making a joke about my wife, all the having between me and her, all the men would laugh, all the women would laugh, yes, here we go. But they would hate me for it. That's not what you want. Try to avoid common topics when you do humor. Because if you're sticking to one topic that everybody knows, or everybody expects you to talk about, people will not think, okay, this guy cannot be creative enough. And that's why, with your teams today, we pick topics that, based on the audience, really strange. Can I write a humorous speech about orange? We'll find out soon. But yes, try to avoid the common topics, because if you write about something out of the ordinary, that's when you show your talent. So, teams, who needs help? Any team? Any other team needs help? Okay, who's ready then? I'll give you 2 more minutes. Why? Even if it's 1 minute, 2 minutes.
So my question is, you talked about self-deprecating humor, but also that not to tell offensive or things like about old people. What if you're old? So for example, for ethnic jokes, I'm Chinese, I can tell a Chinese joke, right?
About yourself. Right. So don't tell a joke that, okay, so if you're Chinese and you want to tell a joke about Chinese people, no, tell a joke about you. And you can make fun of you being Chinese, but don't say Chinese people feel blah blah blah. But make, like I'm making a joke about like yourself. For example, what's the stereotype about Chinese people?
Depends on where you live.
Okay, I'm just thinking one.
Depends where you live. I mean, in China,
Okay, at least one.
Canada would be different for Chinese stereotype.
Okay, at least one.
In Canada, they would say Chinese-owned restaurants and hobbies. Stereotype.
No. About you.
About me?
Yes.
Stereotype?
Yeah.
About me?
No. I need a stereotype about that you think is offensive, but you want to apply to yourself.
Small eyes.
Okay.
Small eyes. Small eyes.
Huh?
Small eyes.
Small eyes. Okay, so you can make a joke about yourself. And that's what I like up in there. So if I say, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm Chinese. Every time I wake up in the morning, I can hardly open my eyes. but the joke is about you. So you're not offending anyone. But be careful who you're speaking to. If you're speaking to an audience, well, okay, for example, me, I cannot crack that joke here. I'm going to offend everybody. So I have to be careful who I'm speaking. Any other questions before we move into the teams? Okay. Teams! Who's ready? They are. This guy,
I only can speak in Chinese Mandarin and English and a little bit Portuguese.
very good. Timer, can you time it for 1 to 2 minutes?
Who is the timer? Hola, dear fellow Toastmasters and honorable guests. How many of you have been eat orange in your life? Let me see your hands. Thank you. Some of you had not eaten orange but want to eat it someday. Let me see your hands. How about you, Samuel? I cannot find you to raise your hands. Have you eaten orange in your life? Alright. When I listen to this topic, orange, I feel very common. Just like a general speaking party. But when we come here, Toastmasters Club, it's not like fruit to come here to have a meeting, alright? Orange, even though very small, but do you think one day, if you are very hungry, you only have orange, will you eat it? Right? In my memory, different like other people. When I just think orange, I feel full of water. I feel very thirsty. How about you? I still have a memory in my middle school when we always get a party. Our classmates would prepare so much orange. Too much, all right? We cannot eat it, but one of our classmates who speak a very strange word, he said, I had not eaten orange for the whole winter. I feel, whoa, someone who really have different life like me. All right, I think orange is very common, but someone think orange is very valuable, all right? Orange, even though very small, but do you think about it? What can stand for? Use your imagination. Do you think our earth like orange? Do you think our symbol of Toastmasters Club also like orange? Yes. Here is our flag. Please think about it. Our each club just like each part of orange. Then we can consider together that is Toastmasters Global, right? Please like orange and also like Toastmasters because we leaders are made, we are together. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, second team. Who's ready? Oh, you are? Who's ready? Are you ready? You go. White. Okay. So we're gonna hear about the white. Again, big classic.
Last Christmas, I prayed. I prayed very hard. I wish I could be someone's wife. Yes. Yet, I don't have any idea throughout. But I kept that question. How can I become someone's wife? I had an answer when I heard Mohammed's speech yesterday. When you want to do something, just prepare yourself to do that thing. When you want to become the world champion of public speaking, you write an acceptance speech. And when I want to become someone's wife, what should I do? Pretend as if I'm someone's wife already. So what should I do? Very simple. I buy a set of men's clothes hanging in my wardrobe. Try to put two pairs of shoes at my home and try to have two toothbrushes in the washroom so that I know how to fit well into my husband when I really have one. That's simple, isn't it? So I went to a cafe. I asked the cafe staff, can I have because we all need like some kind of connection, right? I need to try to blow on those connection apps to see whether there are single men available. We like to do that, right? Those kind of apps. So I asked the staff over there, do you have a Wi-Fi here? And the man so puzzled in the face. Lady, I'm married. What? What are you thinking? Oh, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. That's fine. That's very fine. And you know what, man? Sometimes when you want to find a wife, you're looking for someone that's super sexy, super tall, and super beautiful. I tell you, those wives exist. Only in Desperate Housewives. And the last bit, I do want to become someone's wife before 2017 starts. Thank you.
13. Ready? Your hand to the right. And your topic is? Yeah, this. And the topic is? Oh, you're talking about me. Nobody laughs.
Don't think I don't look like Mohammed? Just don't look at my appearance. I'm just a few inches taller. And don't look up, look down. Thing Mohammed can learn from me is the gesture, the charm that I have. Should I quit?
No.
Last night, I was inspired by Mohammed. To really being a womanizer, you have to learn how to move your body. Not only that. Should I quit?
No.
Remember keyboard? Keyboard? I have no idea what it's called. Trying to learn to be Muhammad. What he can do in front of me is how to make fun of myself. Now, I think I still have something inspired by him. It's about his beard. Which I can't learn. Doesn't matter, I just shave it today. What else can I be inspired by him? Should I quit? Or should I keep trying? One thing I learned is how to command the stage. So I walk this way, and that way, and then go around, and do another thing. I hope this is the last message. Should I quit? I keep trying.
Last year. You ready? Who's you speaking? Any comments? Oh, hold on. Very good.
In humor speech, we break the rule. So, is there any rule anyway? We work as a team. And I am the TV interviewer today. Today's topic is about cold weather. Oh, this beautiful lady coming up telling me about cold weather. Hi!
Hello everyone. It is now 3 degrees. You see, how many of you would be shivering under this kind of cold weather? Put up your hands. You think it is cold, but it is not cold. It is cool.
Thank you. And I thought you were going to talk about your brother.
Yeah, me and my brother are actually competing with each other about who is stronger. I said I have a strong personality. My brother said I have strong muscles. And then one day we were working at the cold weather. He asked me, he challenged me to walk under the cold.
Let me challenge you. I'm in fur. And you?
I'm in your vest. Because it's not cold at all. And I don't understand why are you in fur, Vanessa?
Because I'm a rich lady. And here comes somebody who's really hot. So, mister, how do you exercise?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't learn it. It's very dangerous. Because it's trained by professionals. Look at this.
And he has more skills. While he does that, what else do you do at the same time?
In cold weather, you need to keep yourself warm by doing exercise and beatbox. Teamwork.
Thank you for the hot guy. But you know what? I met somebody who's hotter. Right out from the oven. That's called office. Hi, sir. You're looking very smart in your suit today. Oh, but you're sweating. Because?
So angry.
It is cold outside.
I am still angry at home.
You know what? The weather is cold outside, you are hot. But the cool thing to do is what? The cool thing is in your attitude, isn't it? Let's stay cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause, everyone. All right, we're going to decide who's the funniest based on applause, okay? So, if you think a team is funny, you apply more, okay? Now, first team was what? Team Orange, right? Team Orange, who thinks Team Orange is the funniest? Clap. All right. Team White. Okay. Team Mohammed. And Team Weather. All right, so we guess the winner is Team Now, before I end, I've been asked... No trophy? I'll give you the trophy later. As an example of how to inject humor and still deliver a message, I've been asked to give the speech I gave in the semifinals. It's called Change Your Seat. Now the timer is 5 to 7 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten the seatbelt. Seats and trays in the up position as we are about to take off. Don't you just love that sound? I hate it. I hate flying, but not because of fear of heights. I hate flying because you're stuck in one seat for hours. And I get bored too easily.
So what do? I sleep. Last year I had this flight, Dubai, Los Angeles, 16 hours. That's a lot of sleep. So in preparation for my hibernation, I stayed up for 24 hours, just so when I go into the plane, I can go to sleep. But sleep did not come easy. Because I was seated next to the most annoying person on the plane. I'm talking about the person who picks the window seat, but he never sits in it. Because every 5 minutes he has to go through this. Excuse me. Can I please? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just need to use the bathroom. May I pick my iPhone, please? And I was thinking this is going to be a very long, hectic, and miserable flight. Should I do something about it? I called the flight attendant. This young lady with a fake smile comes in. Yes. Now, is there any way I can please change my seat? I'll see what I can do. A few minutes later, she escorted me to a new seat. And I thought, now I can get my sleep. But when I sat in this new seat, the person next to me was already sleeping. And when I sat down, a few minutes later, he put his head on my shoulder. And I'm thinking, oh, he's tired. Let him have it. Moments later, he put his arm on my chest. Okay, this is uncomfortable. Later on, he put his leg on my legs. Okay, this has to stop now. And then he started talking in his sleep. Baby, I missed you so much. What have I done? After I must have enough courage to do something about my old seat, I ended up in a worse seat. Should I do something about it? Yeah. I called the pilot. Yes. Now, is there any chance I could again change my seat? I'll see what I can do. Moments later, she escorted me to this new seat, and this was even better because there was nobody in the next seat. But the seat in front of me, there was a child. And ever since I sat down, this is what I'm looking at. Flinch or anything. And you can tell that he's going to grow up to be a sociopath. Because his brother next to him started crying. And without breaking eye contact with me, he goes, yes, the seat is comfortable, but there's a mild discomfort. Should I do something about it? Yeah. I called the pilot. Yes. I know I'm asking for a lot, but can I again, please, change my seat? I'll see what I can do. And finally, she escorted me to the seat, and it was everything I wanted. And ladies and gentlemen, I got the best sleep ever. This flight is just like your life journey. How many of you are stuck in a job that you hate? In a relationship that's going nowhere? Or maybe having mountains of financial debt? But usually, as humans, we hate change. We resist and we fear failure. We cannot take that leap of faith. And maybe when we do, we feel that we might end up in a worse situation. And we dread those voices that says, I told you so. And maybe when we do something about it, we might end up in a good situation, but it's not exactly what we want. We aim for 100% and we hit 90. And we think to ourselves, maybe I sweep that 10% under the rug. You only live once. You only have one shot at life. You want to grow old on your deathbed asking yourself 1,000 times, what if? Or do you want to keep chasing that perfect seed? If you have a job that you hate, it's not too late. Change your seed. If you're out in a relationship that's going nowhere, don't just stay there and change your seed. And if your dreams are still up ahead and you have no way of reaching them, then please change your seed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Qahtani, for your fun and educational speech. In the meantime, please welcome our Toastmasters District 89 Director, distinguished Toastmaster Callie Guo, to come on the stage and express our appreciation to Mr. Qahtani on our behalf. Please welcome Ms. Callie Guo.
Thank you so much, Mohammed Qahtani. Thank you for your entertaining, inspiring, and wonderful sharing with us. We appreciate it a lot for your time spending with us and your efforts in preparing this wonderful experience sharing with us. And in order to show our appreciation, we prepare a small gift, appreciation gift. Thank you. This is a local gift from conference team.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
And we also have this official appreciation tag.
Thank you.